unions don't work unless there's democracy in it. You know what I'm saying? Right? And the way most labor unions are set up, that is it's becoming less and less. They're becoming less and less democratic. So right now, you don't have a direct vote to who is in the international office. You don't. So what happens is every 5 years they send 9 delegates to the international convention, and they pick and they vote for who they want to be the international vice president. So, but if we say we don't want this guy, we want another guy, when they get there, they don't vote for the guy we want. They vote for whoever the business manager says to vote for. Basically, that's the way most locals work. So you have no direct or indirect way to elect who your leadership is at the international level. So, but at the local level, the caucus fights for democracy. It fights for inclusion, and it fights for so that issues that affect women and people of color are not just pushed to the side, because they I see them do that a lot, or try to blame you because you bring the issue up. You're the problem because you brought this issue up. Because recently they were challenging the JTC about the firing of EB, who was an Iranian school teacher, not school teacher, but teacher for the JTC, and he was let go. He was popular. He was a popular teacher at the JTC, and they let him go, and they said because of budget because of the budget, but he had been done longer than anybody. You know what I'm saying? All the students liked him and they respected him, and he had a successful pass rate. So why would you get rid of somebody like that, and get a job to a guy that's coming out of retirement? He's retired. He doesn't need to work. He doesn't have to teach. This is extra money for him. So he's getting a retirement plus a paycheck that the EB should have, but they don't see it that way.
Well, EB was pro-union. He was a person of color. He defended apprentices that were people of color.
Exactly. So we know why he's going. We know the real reason, but they won't admit that. So yeah. So the caucus challenged that. They wrote a letter to the international president stating that they didn't like what's going on with the JTC. And then the JTC sends back this blanket letter: we don't discriminate according to blase, 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 blase. And we know that they do. You can't get. The hardest thing is to get people to admit that it's racism, but they don't even realize it. They don't even realize that it is. And when you point it out to them, then you become the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you point out their racism, you're the problem.